We welcome you back to Longhorn Weekly. We do have a special guest, and Shaka, I'll leave it to you for the introductions of this very special guest.
Warren Young, welcome to the show. Our new athletic trainer got here, I think the day before we left for Asheville, or actually the day we left may have been his first day. This is an unprecedented time for everyone, but especially to be an athletic trainer, because what happens is that job has literally doubled in size because of COVID. So great to have you on, Warren.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Warren, let me ask you this, since it was such a late arrival for you there. What was the first thing that you went through your mind about job one, what you wanted to do once you got to town and rolling up your sleeves or getting on with the plane with the team to go to Asheville and deal with it then? What was on your mind about how you needed to go about doing your job the way you're accustomed to doing it with a brand new group of individuals to deal with?
I think job one is just relationships and getting to know everyone. I tried to read up on their medical histories as fast as I could, but getting their trust, coach's trust, getting to know him. I think Asheville was actually perfect because we had some downtime, getting to know everyone, and we're on the road. So no, I think it was hitting the ground running. I've been lucky with some of my past experiences to have a good solid foundation. So I wasn't worried about the sports medicine or athletic training side. It's more the relationships and trust and everything that comes along with that.
Hey, Shaka, how did having KT Turner on the staff also help bridge that gap, since obviously KT and Warren would have known each other for time at SMU?
It was big. Yeah, it was big, because it's kind of like when you need to hire a strength coach. I don't necessarily have a network of people in athletic training the same way that I do in coaching. And so KT's so unassuming. He's not someone that's going to necessarily push really hard on anything, but I remember him coming up here and just saying, hey, Warren's phenomenal, and I think he'd be really good with our guys. At that point, KT had been here for, a few months. And then the other thing that was very meaningful was Larry Brown, who, both KT and Warren worked for during Coach Brown's time at SMU. He hit me and he said, I've been doing this a long time, NBA, college, coached the Olympic team. I'm just telling you, Warren's as good as there is. And so, when he said that, there's not a much stronger endorsement than that.
Warren, what did KT tell you about Shaka and about being down here in Austin and that sort of thing, as well as anything that Coach Brown, whom Shaka referred to, might have told you about the environment down here? But I'm kind of curious to get what your impression was, what you were hearing about it before you even came down here.
Oh, just such great things. And I mean, talking about Coach Smart, KT always had, the utmost respect, and just the energy he brings to practice, and the family atmosphere around here is so crucial for me, at least. I think just having where we're all in the boat together, rowing the same way, I think is so crucial. And so KT really did a great job of painting the picture, and everything's been at least expectations, if not exceeding. So it's been phenomenal ever since I've been here.
Warren, what's the biggest difference? I mean, other than the obvious of dealing with COVID protocols and things of that nature, but what has been the biggest change in a pandemic year for training staffs around the country to have to deal with?
Just the health and safety of just making sure that, if we do have one or two positives, we keep it contained, keeping everyone healthy. But I think a lot of it's just kind of being preventative as well. How can we change a locker room setup? How can we use Connexon to make sure we're socially distancing? Just a lot of stuff that's preventative as well, so that try to keep us from catching COVID.
Shaka, coaches always have a great deal of admiration, respect, and dependency and reliance on their athletic trainers to tell them exactly where things are with student athletes. Has that taken on even more accented emphasis because of what we've gone through as a society over the past year, really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the athletic trainer position, like I said, the job itself has almost doubled, and also the trust that we need to have as coaches in the person in that position is huge. And Warren has just done a phenomenal job. He mentioned relationships. He's done a great job of getting the guys to understand that, hey, this is an unusual year. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to ask you to do, but it's in your best interest and our team's best interest. And you need to stay connected with me in that way. And you can only do that if you can elicit a level of trust from the players. That's very hard to do if you get somewhere in late November. But Warren has pulled that off about as well as I've seen anyone. And I'm looking forward to moving forward. You know, he's going to have even stronger relationships with our guys as he's able to be around them for longer.
We'll look forward to it as well. Warren, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thanks for being a part of the Longhorn basketball family. Look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, that's Warren Young, athletic trainer for the University of Texas. Shock and I will be back to wrap it up when the Longhorn Weekly continues in a moment.